Good morning, I'm Meteorologist Caitlyn Lorr, and I'm going to give you an update on what's going on with that snow around the area, when it's going to stop, how much we can see, and a look at current conditions. First and foremost, we are seeing that winter storm warning in portions of the area, kind of moving down a little bit southwest as we're expecting more snow in that winter storm warning area. Where you see this little bit of this purple color on your screen, that is a winter weather advisory. Both of these will remain in effect now until early tomorrow morning because we are expecting a good accumulation of snow across the area that is leading to already hazardous travel conditions wherever you are headed, whether it's from Mankato to Waseca, Mankato to New Ulm, or Redwood Falls to Windham, or anywhere from here up to the Twin Cities. It is going to be on the more hazardous side because roads are slick as that snow is coming down and more people are starting to get up and drive around on those roads. Satellite radar imagery shows that we have a low pressure system moving through the area right now. The center of the low pressure is really along the border of Minnesota and Iowa. That being said, that could cause some things not only like snow, but maybe some headaches, or those of you with arthritis may have noticed a little bit of a flare-up or more soreness or pain, things like that because of where the location of the center of this low pressure system is. The not good news is, yes, it looks like that snow is going to wrap up as it's kind of ending out by Marshall right now, but take a look behind. We have more snow out in the Dakotas that will swoop into the area through this afternoon as the center of this system continues to move eastward into Wisconsin. Not only are we dealing with active snow falling, but with that snow coming down, it's leading to reduced visibility for a couple of reasons. One, because we always get reduced visibility when that snow is coming down. It just takes away some of our visibility, right? But the other reason is because we are dealing with really strong winds, and that is leading to areas of blowing snow. Take a look at St. Peter. No visibility right now in St. Peter. We're down to a quarter of a mile of visibility right here in Mankato. So where the snow is most prominent right now, we are ranging from no visibility up to almost a mile and a half, but not quite. So drastically reduced visibility, hazardous road conditions. Look at them right now. We are seeing pink from Mankato outward. Pink implies that we are seeing completely snow-covered roads. As you move outward, you're getting into those blue colors, which is partially covered. Take a look at I-90. Most of I-90 is either partially or completely snow-covered. There's only a small stretch between Albert Lea and Fairmont that is considered normal right now. And even then, we are still dealing with that blowing snow. So even though it's considered normal, if you're going to be down there, don't think it's just normal. We are dealing with blowing snow that's leading to some drifting and snow accumulation on those roads, even though they are considered normal. So let's take a look at those roads. This is right now in North Mankato, looking at US 169, Highway 169, excuse me, that is, and Belgrade Avenue right here. Not only are they snow covered, but look at the light. Look at how this snow is just coming down, and it's not just coming down peacefully as we like it. The winds are blowing so strong it's almost blowing sideways, and that's why we're dealing with the reduced visibility. And speaking of that reduced visibility, look at the farther off you look, those lights start to disappear because of that snow coming down. Couple of reminders here is when you come to a stop, whether it's a stop sign or a stop light, or you're going to be making a turn, start slowing down sooner than you normally would. When you slow down, don't just hit your brakes to come to a stop like you normally would. You're going to want to take your foot and tap the brake gently. Do those little taps and you'll come to a nice slow stop safely, and you won't slide through the intersection or off the road. Taking curves and turns, make sure you are slowing down and taking those curves nice and slow. Should you start sliding, don't hit your brakes, don't hit the gas. Take your foot off the gas and just let your car slowly slow down on its own as you keep control of the wheel. Now that's just there. Take a look at North Mankato, US Highway 14 and Lower Ray Drive. You can see the reduced visibility. Look at the roadways. We've got a couple of lanes that are sort of visible, but not entirely, because there are so many people out there on the roadways. The plows are struggling to keep the roads clear. It's not your fault. It's just how it works when we have these kinds of conditions. Should you come across an area that's got a plow driver going down the road, make sure you move over and give them plenty of space. If it is safe enough, if you cannot move over because you're going to get into some deeper snow, slow down so that they can continue doing what they need to do to keep those roads safer. Here's another view from the area. This is looking out at Windham right now of those completely snow-covered roads. Again, here's a stop sign. You're going to want to slow down a little bit sooner than you normally would. What I like to say is pretend you have grandma next to you in the car. No, let's go with grandpa this time. You have grandpa with you in the car, right? You're not going to drive with grandpa this morning like it's 80 degrees sunny and dry out, right? Instead, you're going to look at grandpa who's holding his pudding for the holiday dinner that you're headed to or holiday lunch, and you're going to go, well, I don't want Grandpa to spill that pudding all over his lap, let alone my car. So you're going to take it nice and slow with Grandpa or Grandma in the car, right? So as you head out and about this morning or anytime this afternoon, imagine Grandma or Grandpa next to you holding that pudding that you don't want to spill on them or in the car, because guess what? You spill that pudding on them, you are never going to hear the end of it. So just keep your mind on Grandma or Grandpa sitting next to you holding something that is very important for wherever you're going that can't spill. You spill that, and now you're never going to hear the end of it. This is another view looking at Mountain Lake, which is Minnesota Highway 60. Not necessarily snow coming down very heavy, but with the blowing winds, that snow is starting to drift across the road and lead to slick spots out there. Taking a look at the futurecast, we're going to continue to see this snow on and off throughout the rest of the day into the afternoon, which is why I'm saying whenever you get in the car today, imagine that you have Grandma or Grandpa next to you in the car, and you're going to take it slow so that they don't spill their pudding all over. We'll see that snow wrap up this evening with the exception of a few lingering flurries and then mostly cloudy skies after midnight. We are looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow down here in southern Minnesota with closer to 4 to 6, maybe a little bit more locally higher totals around the Twin Cities and northward into central Minnesota. However, the more south and west you head, the lighter those totals are going to get. So it's depending on where you are, but here in the central area, we are looking at a good 2 to 4 inches of snow. Temperature-wise, it's a little chilly out there. We've got 20s across the area, which you're going to look at me and go, that's not cold. We're used to that. You're right. We've got low to mid 20s with upper 20s down in northwestern Iowa. However, winds are coming out of the southeast, reaching up to about 25 miles an hour. With that being said, wind chill values are actually in the single digits for a good chunk of the area, so it feels quite a bit colder out there than what those temperatures are reading. So make sure you have that jacket, the hat, the gloves, the layers, things like that. If you're going to be traveling, make sure you have that car safety kit, jumper cables, kitty litter or sand, flashlight, extra batteries, blankets, extra warm clothes, non-perishable food and snacks, as well as water, not just for you, but for anyone that's going to be in your car, just in case the worst case scenario happens. We are looking at a high of 29 degrees by this afternoon, which is going to feel great. However, with winds projected to stay breezy and especially picking up later tonight, wind chill values are going to top out in the upper teens. And then tonight, we're going to drop into the single digits and eventually below zero, because by tomorrow morning, our temperatures are going to reach a low of about 9 degrees. And with that breeze kind of picking up overnight, it's going to feel below zero out there. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We'll quiet down through the weekend with a colder day tomorrow. Temperatures will warm up between Saturday and Sunday with 20s and 30s on the way. We do have a slim chance of some light snow possible on Monday. If that leads to any accumulation, that'll give us a good chance to have a fresh layer of snow for a nice white Christmas for next week. However, if we don't hold on to that chance of snow, we have to hope that the snow we're getting today will not melt between now and next week to hold on to our chances of a white Christmas. As we go through next week into next week, and anyone that's going to be traveling will have quiet travel conditions as well as a little bit warmer with highs in the mid-30s. As always, we'll have more updates throughout the morning and afternoon as the snow continues and eventually wraps up. You can always tune into Cato Living later on at 4, as well as a look for your local news, weather, and sports. Tune into KEYC News Now tonight at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. Have a terrific rest of your Thursday.